the one man that summed up the entire performance from a Spurs point of view was Christian Romero. I thought he just didn't look like he wanted to be there, and Spurs fans quite like him because he's aggressive and he's sort of he's a talented player, but he downs tools so often. And I thought, for the first goal, he was criminal for the first goal, where Joe Linton runs inside. He comes inside the fullback, Pedro Porro, just dribbles inside him, and Porro probably thinks, right, my centre-back's going to be there. If he goes inside, my centre-back will smash him. And instead, he just dribbles in, wanders in, and Romero just watches him from a distance and just thinks, almost like wills him on to take the shot. And for this, I think for Joe Linton's goal where he goes around the goalie, Romero lets it go over his head. Porro switches off, but he could be saved by his centre-back if his centre-back fancied it, but he just didn't do that, and he summed up the performance. I thought he should have been hooked at half-time. I thought Stellini probably should have made 3 or 4 changes to get away from that back four system, which didn't suit them at all. But yeah, it's typical Spurs, really. Just they try to do something right, but they can't do right for doing wrong, really.
Yeah, it was just like a domino effect. Once the first goal went in, the whole team just looked completely stunned. Every single attack turned into a goal pretty much, and it just looked like it was just one way, especially when you're going 5-0 down in 30 minutes. That's just, like you said, it's not Premier League. That's just way, way, way below the levels that Tottenham are capable of. And, the fact that, Stellini switched to a back four, which is something out of the norm from what they typically go for, where the team, you have Ivan Perisic, who's normally a wing back. It just didn't fit any of the profiles of the team, and you have to think now, in the mind of Harry Kane, is he going to be thinking during that game, is this the best that this club can do for me now? Is this the end of the road, or am I going to continue to show already loyalty on the back of 9 years of being at the club? Is going to be interesting to see, but for Tottenham, complete identity crisis, and they really need a massive summer of complete reorganisation and galvanising the team again.
It's blind loyalty now from Kane.
Stupidity, borderline.
I think that performance is a mind changer. If he was in two minds, that performance is mad, because you've got an interim coach who's not going to be there in the summer, and then you've got an interim coach who decides to go to a back four, which is fine in itself, but he goes to a back four, and that back four is Pedro Porro, who comes in as a specialist wing back, Perisic, who comes in as a specialist wing back, Romero, who hasn't played in the back four for 3 years minimum. I don't know what system Genoa played in 2019. I can't do the maths on and find the lineups, but he's not used to it. So you got 3 of a back four who don't know how to play the system because they haven't played it in so long. And there's Stellini there going, we'll try this. And then 5-0 in 21 minutes. You get what you deserve.